Have you checked the children? Your little match
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the horror show. I'm Marcia Robert.
Robert.
And today we're doing a double review. So go ahead, Robert, and tell us about this double review.
Alright, so today we're going to be doing a double review of #Alive and Night Eats the World. And the reason why we're doing a double review is because how similar these two movies are. Granted, Night Eats the World came out in 2018 and #Alive came out in 2020. Both plots of the story are very much similar. They're just set in two different places of the world. So in a sense, like, this could be looked at as in the same universe.
Could be, yeah.
Like, which was actually, I did like that and everything, and off camera, like, I was talking with Cecil about this prior, and that was, again, one of the things that he gravitated towards that I know he definitely enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really interesting because I obviously watched them separately, but I watched them, like, kind of spaced out, but I could still, like, kind of talk to how they're both so similar, as in, like, the plot lines, and so I think that's kind of neat, though. Like you said, like, it's like, it feels like the same universe. It could have happened, like, the same time. Even, like, the zombies seem very similar.
Yep.
So it is just two different sides of the coin. So I thought that was kind of neat.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. But yeah, overall thoughts and everything, just between, I would say, just kind of gloss over on, at least of overall thoughts on both movies.
Mm-hmm.
Equally, they stood out kind of on their own, just because of the characters that we have and the circumstances that each one goes through.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick on #Alive. So just quick overview on that story. So it's about a boy, or what's North Korean? South
They were Korean, yeah.
I think, yeah. So lives with his family and everything, and one day we go out to the store. He wakes up from
being up all night playing video games.
Basically, yeah, being up all night doing video games and everything like that. Has a note. Nobody's around. Literally nobody even on his street. He's looking around and everything, and then he starts noticing zombies, and it's his one-man survival against the hordes of the undead, basically.
Yep.
And that's, again, same plot line as what we had with Night Eats the World. One guy, he's at a party, he passes out, wakes up the next morning, boom, zombie apocalypse.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But,
wakes up, everybody's gone, but there's total evidence that there was this, like, madness and chaos. Yeah.
But yeah, overall thoughts, like, these movies were equally great, and if you guys haven't checked them out, I would definitely recommend them. One's Amazon on Prime, Amazon Prime, and then Netflix.
Yeah, so #Alive is on Netflix, and then The Night Eats the World is on Amazon Prime. Yep. And my overall thoughts for both are they were fantastic in their own rights. #Alive I really dug because it's, you know, there's like this, you know, like, loner gamer kid who was, like, kind of brought down by his family trying to get him to kick him out of the house and do all these things, and then you know, he wakes up, like you said, he wakes up alone, and that was it, and his family was gone, and now he has to try to survive, and I believe there's a message that he got. One of the last messages he got was stay alive. So that was really cool, and just watching him kind of deal with that and go through the emotions and trying to figure out how to survive in such little resources or hope. And then with The Night Eats the World, like, he also was in a lonely state, and he was struggling with his own life because he looks like he just lost the love of his life, and he's stuck at this party, which was a really weird situation to begin with, but and, you know, and he wakes up and everything's gone, and now he's having to struggle with that loneliness and figure out how to survive and limited resources that it seems like he was in a little bit better situation than the kid was.
Most definitely, yeah.
But definitely both at ground zero, or maybe -0, because like, they weren't ready to be alone, even though they were struggling with loneliness. So that was pretty interesting, especially when you're facing the zombie apocalypse. But I thought both movies were shot really well acted and written well, and definitely, even though they have similar plots, they should definitely be watched.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. And one thing I will definitely say, at least about how The Night Eats the World stands out, is watching our main character in his mental state just completely deteriorate.
Yeah.
Like, and there was actually some really nice twists in that storyline that I was semi expecting, but at the same time, it's like, oh, okay. Well, I kind of wasn't expecting this, so it was nice that they threw that in there because they could have gone a completely different route, and again, it would just been the exact same movie as the other.
Right. Yeah. It was definitely kind of like the yin to the yang. Almost,
yeah, basically.
Because like
it was a lot darker
was,
of a movie.
Right. One was dark. One was more about hope and survival, and the other one was about not so much. He was
basically dealing with like
dark
mental
in his
deterioration out of just isolation and loneliness.
Yep. Yeah.
That's really what it was.
Yep. So it was very cool to see that. Now, should we move forward to overall acting?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we'll definitely jump into acting.
That played a big key for both of these movies.
It definitely did, but so real quick, and at least on this, we'll just chop this up kind of individual for each movie and whatnot. So at least hashtag Alive, I definitely enjoyed our main character because again, like going back to that story was on that hope and survival of humanity. So him playing off onto that was well done, and then also with the counterparts that he comes across and things like that, definitely worked out really well. And he was basically a one-man show for I would say 80% of the movie.
Yeah, like I would say like 2/3 of the first 2/3 of the movie, it was mostly about him trying to figure out how to survive, and then the last third of the movie we're introduced to additional characters that kind of push him to where he needed to be. So
do you by chance remember like how long he was in there, like in the timeline?
He was in there for at least I think a week or so.
Was it a week?
Yeah.
Okay.
If not more, because I can't remember. I remember he only had like a couple bottles of water and
he had everything all rationed out. And things like
he's like,
that.
I don't have, because his family went to the store to get food.
Yeah.
And like bad day to go grocery shopping, I guess.
Well, it was funny too. Yeah, he even mentioned that he's like I should have gone like those couple days ago, and I was asked to go to the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, screwed the pooch on that one, buddy. But yeah, so other than that, Night Eats the World. Want to start up real quick on the acting? How you like that?
I thought it was really well done. There was not a lot of characters. I mean, there were, but it was mostly focused on the main character. As we said, his struggle against loneliness and dealing with the zombies. But he carried the whole show, and he did a fantastic job because it really takes a lot of effort to really get into those character deep dives, and that's basically what this was. It was a character story. It wasn't really about the zombies. It was about how do you not only survive the zombies, but how do you survive the loneliness and
keep your sanity
and like almost castaway in a way at some points.
Yeah.
Like he definitely had a
Wilson.
He definitely had a Wilson. And so
his Wilson was the drum set.
Yeah.
I definitely think his Wilson was the drum set. He fucking loved that drum set in that movie.
So, there was really... I thought he did a fantastic job. Even the zombies were really well done and well acted. Like, nothing came out of it, I think. Like, nothing pulled me out of the acting. Even the small character actors.
Yeah, most definitely. And the one thing I would definitely say, again, going back to his acting on his overall mental deterioration, is his friend that he had stuck in the elevator,
right,
and everything like that. And that was kind of interesting, especially too with the ending and when, it's like, okay, it kind of played out a little different. I'm like,
yeah,
I would have popped your head, but
yeah,
I'm just me, zombies.
Yeah. Well, when you have a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
You met he was his only person there. It was interesting, but yeah, he did a great job, showcasing that evolution of, survival to mental decay, and
because it was a really nice blend of, to a point, you're not sure if this is actually happening or it was a hallucination, because again, going through that isolation and the mental deterioration, you're gonna start seeing shit that's not there, obviously.
Yep.
And that's one thing I really liked about Night is the World is that yeah, it's a darker, more somber tone, but it's just that more realism of it. So this would happen to any one of us.
It did.
And this, bringing real quick to it and everything, we've kind of already seen that happening, sadly, with all the crap going on the past year.
Right. Yeah. No, it did. It did feel a lot more believable, and it really touched on the humanity piece of it. So, like, you know, like you see in Castaway, and you see I Am Legend and all of those
I was
movies.
just about to say, yeah. But that also goes with, too, it's like the one-man show kind of thing, holding it. Because not everybody can do that. No.
It takes a very talented actor to do that. So, what, I mean, let's...
Effects real quick and everything.
Go through effects.
Real quick, I would say at least with effects, we'll kind of jumble these both together, because at least...
They're very similar.
They are very similar. And again, you kind of seen one zombie movie, you've basically seen them all.
Yeah, if they're passable, you're doing good.
Exactly. Like the zombies, that's just one thing. It's like for me, they're really burnt out, and there's only so much innovative shit you could do to make a zombie look, in a sense, I don't want to say original and everything, because they all look original and the same. Yeah. And that's partly the problem, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they're not like Walking Dead zombies.
No, and that's the one thing. That's definitely the one thing I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like is the quick moving zombies. I used to have a complete distaste for the fast moving zombies. I'm like, no, that's not how the ligaments would work. They'd be seizing up. They'd be crawling. This is bullshit. But no, other than that, it's like, yeah, the zombie effects were really nicely done. The makeup was done very nicely, and even individually and at a whole, both these movies, their kills were really nice.
Yep, I agree. I mean, there's not much more to say than that. I thought they did a well enough job with the zombies. I think with the most, like, you know, effort was put in more just like with the cinematography and just, you know, and
yeah, these definitely, I would definitely agree. Both of these movies stood out with their cinematography. Design. Yep.
Like, I mean, because like you said, there's not really much you can do with the zombie as long as it, like, the actors do a well job playing the zombies, as well as like you do basic makeup and you're fine.
Yeah, if it's not like warm bodies, those zombies, is horse shit.
With horrible fake blood, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. And so, like,
up.
Yeah, like there's not a lot that stands up with the zombies, but it was the set design was phenomenal in both movies, and the cinematography did a great job of helping tell the story, which it should, but
especially for being
really
basically in a sense singular locations.
Yeah,
they really didn't move away from basically between the apartment building or wherever in each one, but also we got a couple rooms and hallways and things to expand on his environment, or their environment, to see where they're at. But yeah, it was done, but it kept a nice thing of claustrophobia. Right. Anything for music or score that stuck out to you personally? No, I didn't have anything. Besides his kick-ass drum skills, you know.
Yeah, and that like they did use the drumming as like a gateway to his madness too. Yep. Which I thought was great. You know, and then with #Alive, they use a lot of sound design to with the news reports and, you know, knowing what's going on outside and drawing you outside so you can see what's happening out in the real world when you're stuck in isolation. So that was well done. Other than that, music, I mean, it was there. I mean, there was nothing to
nothing to write home about.
Yeah. I mean, it played its part. I think sound design always will win over that, I think, in these type of movies. Yeah, there's not really much more to say.
Not really. Other than that, what I would say is actually, again, if you guys haven't checked out either one of these, or if you've seen one but not the other, go check them out. I think you'll definitely enjoy them. Like I said, it's a zombie movie and everything, but there's definitely those semi-original tones that each story has.
Yeah, it's more it's not more about the horror aspect. It's like horror as in horror, it's a zombie eating me. It's more of the horror of isolation due to, like, you know,
lack of humanity,
lack of
basically.
humanity, and you know, zombie was just the catalyst. So, yeah, there you go. There you have it.
All right, guys.
Hashtag alive.
Hashtag alive and Night is the World. Go
Yeah.
check them out if you guys haven't. If you guys want to become a patron, it's down in the description box below. We got all those nice tiers for each month. You guys sign up, get all some cool stuff, exclusive videos that we don't have on the channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, see all of our pretty faces, keep up to date with all of our new videos. Other than that, from here at the Horror Show, I've been Robert Duell.
And I'm Marcia Parker.
And remember,
Stay scared.